For the very first time, the Ironman Triathlon family comes to the beautiful sandy beaches of Panama City, Florida, for a new event on the Ironman World Tour. Panama City is the perfect host, with miles of spectacular white sand beaches, the tranquility of the Gulf of Mexico, and the hospitality to match. Couple this with a sun-splashed climate, and it's the ideal spot for just about any outdoor pursuit, including the inaugural Isuzu Ironman Florida Triathlon here on ESPN. It's just after 5 a.m. and this Ironman is opening its eyes to start what promises to be a very long day. Preparations are underway for all who are here to challenge themselves in the ultimate distance. It's the Ironman, and it commands respect. Everyone has their own way of getting ready for the day, some conventional, and some use home recipes known only to them. Over 1,500 are here racing, but only a handful can expect to win. Germany's Wolfgang Dietrich is the first of the big talent to arrive. The 37-year-old Dietrich is on the backside of his storied Ironman career, and he hopes he has one big performance left.
As you can see, the truck...
The man with the sunrise smile is fellow countryman Andreas Niedrig. Niedrig is a great swimmer and rider too, but to win must now put together a stellar marathon. But Niedrig's biggest foe today could be fatigue. Just 2 weeks ago in the Hawaiian sun, Niedrig came to the finish line of the Ironman World Championship in the top 15. Can he recover to be a threat in another Ironman just 14 days later? He's in uncharted water. The undisputed favourite here is the third member of the German trio, 28-year-old Lothar Lieder. The enigmatic Lieder can be brilliant and arguably as talented as anyone in the sport. One need look no further than this performance in Germany in 1996, when he became the first athlete in the world to break the magical 8-hour barrier at the Ironman distance. And just 2 weeks ago, he actually led the Ironman World Championship in Hawaii when he was disqualified for drafting. His biggest dreams were shattered.
That's the championship.
And in the women's race, it's yet another German as a pre-race favourite. 31-year-old Katja Meyer has been in over 20 Ironman races in her career, but has never come first. Could today be the day? Meyer's competition includes the top American coming into this event, Christian Johnson of Charlotte, North Carolina. She's an accomplished amateur triathlete, and she turned pro this year and is now attempting to make the tough transition to the next level. As in all Ironman races, perhaps the most compelling stories lie with the age groupers who are here to tackle the same Ironman distance as the pros. Take 54-year-old Sandra Bowden of Toronto. If there is any truth in DNA, she should be fine out there today, and her name just might sound familiar. Daughter Laurie won the biggest triathlon in the world, the Hawaiian Ironman last October in Kona.
People started saying to me, Laurie could win this race. When I started hearing this and I started seeing it on the internet, I thought, oh my God, Laurie's going to win this race this year.
And one was right, she did win it, and now it's her turn to tackle the distance. At 54, Sandra Bowden is a toddler compared to 82-year-old Jim Ward. The oldest man to ever finish the Hawaiian Ironman, Ward is here now to try and rewrite the record books. He'd be the first man over 80 to finish an Ironman race, but he's got competition. 81-year-old Norton Davey is here to push him for the over 80 crown. Now, can you believe that? The sun is rising over the Gulf of Mexico at the inaugural Isuzu Ironman Florida Triathlon here in Panama City. Approaching the 7 a.m. start, and the almost 1,600 athletes are making their way to the swim start on the white sandy beaches of Panama City.
Good luck.
Now, just moments before the start. All the last-minute doubts and questions must be answered as this Ironman race is about to get underway. Well, there it is, the start of the Isuzu Ironman Florida Triathlon. And the pros will take about 8 to 9 hours to complete the distance. And the age groupers have 17 hours, all until midnight. Up for grabs today, 100 qualifying spots for the 2000 Ironman World Championship in Kona, Hawaii in October. As the athletes head into the beautiful Gulf of Mexico, we'll step aside from Panama City and back with more after this. The Isuzu Ironman Florida Triathlon is brought to you by Isuzu. We don't make cars because life is too big for cars. And by IronmanLive.com, your only source for live coverage of Ironman events and official Ironman merchandise.
Mud-free mud flaps. Bug-free grills. Some people treat SUVs like they're cars. At Isuzu, we don't build SUVs that get mistaken for cars. That's why we're not afraid to back them with America's longest warranty. Because we know it's more fun getting dirty than getting clean.
Freeze.
Cute. And you are?
I'm the man of your dreams.
Well, that's highly unlikely.
What if I said I could help you make that collect call cheap and easy? Just use 1-800-COLLECT. It's cheap, it's easy. The cheap part is you save $1 or $2. The easy part is
1-800-COLLECT, as in collect calls. Now that's easy to remember.
Go ahead, heartbreaker. Dial like a man. Did I mention I'm cheap and easy too?
No. Your history.
1-800-COLLECT. Save $1 or $2.
Just getting by isn't enough. I want to succeed. That means doing more, being smarter, performing at my best. It's a demanding life, and it uses up nutrients. New Centrum Performance helps replace them.
It starts as a complete Centrum Multi. Then we add energy essential nutrients, including increased levels of key B vitamins, antioxidants, plus ginseng and ginkgo.
It helps energize my mind and body.
Life's demanding, but I thrive on it.
Centrum Performance. Life demands it.
So, they've got this new golden dollar coin. I know what you're thinking. Why isn't George on it? Well, appearing on money isn't my only gig.
Less than 5 miles by land.
I'm president of my book club. 1, 2, 3, and I teach. And change. Anyway, the coin's totally cool without me.
Houston, we have $1.
Introducing the new golden dollar. It's changing the face of money.
Hey, change happens.
Back to Panama City and the Isuzu Ironman Florida Triathlon, where the leaders are approaching shore at the halfway point of this 2.4-mile swim. 4 men have split from the field, including the Germans Wolfgang Dietrich and Andreas Niedrig. Just behind, women's leader Kristen Johnson is in the green cap and has paired up with Germany's Lothar leader in the white. Both just a minute off the pace. The breakaway group of 4 now approaches shore on the halfway mark of the swim. Once to shore, they'll exit the water, run onto the beach, and then re-enter for lap 2 of the Ironman swim. The leader in the white cap is Wolfgang Dietrich, followed by Californian Mike Schaefer in the green, and then Andreas Niedrig in the red. Quickly back into the Gulf of Mexico and back into a rhythm after a brief showcase for the crowd on the white sandy beach. Approaching shore just behind them, Kristen Johnston and Lothar leader continue their newfound friendship in the water. Over 2 minutes back of the women's leader is Germany's Katja Meyer in the white cap. Not a great swimmer, her strength is on land. And now on shore, the race favourite Lothar leader powers out of the water in the white. Just behind him in the yellow is the women's leader, Kristen Johnson. Leader must now put the disappointment of Hawaii behind him and concentrate on the matters at hand. Back up front, age grouper Mike Schaefer has taken the lead. He's grabbing his moment in the Florida sun. Dietrich and Niedrich swim together behind Schaefer, but Dietrich's concerns are not in front of him, but beside and behind. It's number 1 Lothar Leader and Andreas Niedrich.
I think he's going to be hard to beat. He's not going to be tired enough from Hawaii to have a bad day. This might be a little bit different story with Andreas. I mean, I couldn't do it. I don't know how he does. I don't even know how he came down here, how he could get it ready, you know, to pack the bike again and get on the plane. But as you said, he probably is really motivated because he thinks he had a bad race in Hawaii. So see what happens.
Doing 2 Ironman races in 2 weeks is unprecedented, but it's the special meal that Andreas Niedrich has ordered here today. We'll see how he likes the cooking. For Dietrich, thoughts of shore and the transition are starting to creep in. Back at the turnaround, Katja Meyer makes her way through shore and into lap 2 of the swim. Her target, moving neatly through the water, is Christian Johnson, a former collegiate swimmer, and it shows. For Leader, a win is expected, and many are talking about a fast course and perhaps a crack at the coveted 8 hours.
People always forget the wind. It's a major factor if you want to break the world record. And you need a lot of good people to push you, especially in the run. I'm going to go hard. Maybe the time going to be 8:15, maybe around 8 hours, but I don't think so.
Chapter 2, like all Ironman novels, is on wheels. And first from the water is Californian Mike Schaefer. Wolfgang Dietrich is the second to emerge and begins a tug-of-war with his wetsuit. Dietrich and the other leaders are lapping age groupers at the halfway mark. Schaefer is away and in the lead, but for how long? Now it's Andreas Niedrich making the quick change on shore. Dietrich's pit stop is a short one. Andreas Niedrich knows Dietrich is just in front of him. And Dietrich has made short work of Mike Schaefer. Playing for the camera, it's all smiles for Niedrich for now. Bike number 1, Mr. Leader's bike, still waits. But it won't wait for long. It's women's leader Kristen Johnson in the yellow cap, and the white cap just behind belongs to Lothar Leader, both in the water for 53 minutes. Two weeks ago, it was the Queen K under Niedrich's wheel, and now it's Panama City. Will his body go along with it? Turning the transition into a track meet, Lothar Leader is away. More caution in her step, but Kristen Johnson heads out in the lead. It's where she wanted to be. Pushing on towards the front, Germany's Lothar Leader is the man to beat today in Panama City. No such credentials for Kristen Johnson. She's trying to earn them here right now. While back in transition, the chasers are leaving. 40-year-old Canadian Sherry Fraser is 8 minutes back. Katja Meyer is right on her heels. Stubborn bike racks don't have a chance of stopping her momentum either. Up ahead, the Florida sun beats down on the open road as the Isuzu Ironman Florida rolls on.
It performs like a Mercedes, no matter where it goes.
Ken Garf Imports. We back up every car we sell.
All over America, people are discovering a package of important free information concerning hearing loss. Call the toll-free number right now, and you'll receive a valuable video and informative booklet that show you how hearing aids may help you hear better.
I learned a lot of important things about hearing, including ways to help myself. You know, it's sad going through life not hearing what your family's saying, particularly when you might learn how to help yourself with this free 15-minute video.
Call the toll-free number for your free video information kit today.
For 10 years, ESPN's Outside the Lines has investigated sports on and off the field. Now, this groundbreaking Emmy Award-winning program has a new weekly edition, Sunday mornings at 10:30. Join host Bob Lee as he explores the major story of the week dominating the headlines, plus live interviews with the top newsmakers on the one program that takes you inside the game by going outside the lines. Outside the Lines, now Sundays at 10:30 on ESPN.
I'm Phil Liggett, and welcome back to the beautiful beaches of Panama City, Florida. Today, playing host to the over 1,500 Ironman athletes. And now to the shore. At the end of the 2.4-mile swim is 54-year-old Canadian Sandra Bowden. Her swim time, 1 hour, 16 minutes. For Sandra, the Ironman has been a part of her life for over a decade. And like most who enter the sport, her introduction came in Hawaii at the World Championship. She was working as a volunteer at the race in 1987 when the Ironman called her to the starting line.
After I spent the whole day watching everyone racing, people coming in down that finish line, people picking up their little kids and running, and people crawling over the finish line, it was so emotional. It was probably the most emotional thing I've ever experienced ever in my whole life. And I thought, I think I have to do that.
A woman of her word, Sandra began training for the Ironman and has finished Hawaii 4 times, most recently in 1997. Everyone in the family was taking notes, including her daughter, Laurie.
I think I've had quite an influence on her because we have always been involved in some sort of sports. Laurie and I did our very first 10K together, and my husband and son were at the finish line with orange juice for us. I mean, this was a big thing for us. We did our very first 20K run together, our first Ironman.
And from those humble beginnings, Laurie has become the best women's triathlete in the world. She won Ironman Australia last year and then the World Championship in Hawaii in October.
I always knew that she had the talent and really believed that she could do it if she just put her mind to it, because she is an awesome athlete coming from a mother here.
Laurie's moment in the sun was truly a family affair as she was joined by husband Peter Reed in Kona at the finish. This husband-wife duo has been on quite a run as Peter won the Ironman World Championship in 1998, a fact not lost on his proud mother-in-law either.
He's a pretty awesome fellow. They're both really humble, and I think they're just both really special.
40 miles into the bike leg today, this Iron Mom is handling the day's challenges just fine. It's easy to see where Laurie's talent has come from. And back up front in the men's race, there has been a shift in the lineup. Germany's Wolfgang Dietrich has been caught and is now hanging on to the wheel of number 15, Andreas Niedrig. The man hunting them both down is Lothar Lieder, now 4.5 minutes off the pace. Lieder has run the fastest marathon in Hawaii 2 of the past 3 years, so this kind of deficit is no reason for concern yet. For Andreas Niedrig, it's a double-edged sword. He's up front where he wants to be, but his nervous glances tell a different story, as he knows he's being stalked. Women's leader Kristen Johnson looks smooth early in the ride. She's new to the professional ranks of Ironman racing, but not to the distance. It's earned her respect as well.
It's interesting. People are really claiming this to be a very fast, flat course, which it certainly has the potential of being, but I look at it like there is no easy Ironman, and I think it has the potential to be deceivingly challenging. I made that mistake at Lake Placid thinking it'd be easier than Hawaii, and it really wasn't. It was about the same, you know, challenge-wise. So I look at this as like it's a 2.4-mile swim, 112 on the bike, and then a marathon.
Sherry Fraser is no stranger to the Ironman distances either. A top 10 in Ironman Canada last year, she comes from a family of triathletes and rides here in second place. No one in the women's field has the Ironman experience, though, of Katja Meyer. Over 20 Ironman races under her belt, but to this point, no victories. Could this finally be her day?
Come on, Jim! Let's go, Jim! Looking good, looking good!
Back at the swim-to-bike transition, Jim has done it again. It's 82-year-old Jim Ward who has completed the 2.4-mile swim in 1 hour and 55 minutes. If he finishes today, he'll be the oldest person to ever complete the Ironman distance, and he's had a good start. But Ward has company in 80 and over age group here today. Just 10 months his junior is Norton Davey. He's already completed the swim and is just beginning the 112 miles bike ride. It's not exactly the Yankees and the Red Sox, but it's a serious rivalry that will play out for the next 17 hours. Senior citizens? Hardly.
Hi, Tim Twardzik, Mrs. T's Pierogies. You folks ever try a pierogi?
What's a pierogi?
Imagine your favorite foods, pasta, potatoes, and cheese, wrapped together in one perfect mouthful.
More! More!
Eat up. They're ready in minutes and low fat, too. There's just one side effect. Mrs. T's Pierogies. We've got happy food down to a T.
Sinus suffering. It starts with a first sign, but your symptoms can worsen as the day goes on. So stop the escalation of sinus symptoms. Take Sudafed 12-Hour at the first sign. Non-drowsy Sudafed 12-Hour releases sinus pressure and keeps it from coming back for a full 12 hours.
Now the first sign of pressure is my last. All day.
Take Sudafed 12-Hour at the first sign.
Yeah, I was in the show. I was in the show for 21 days once. 21 greatest days of my life. You know you never handle your luggage in the show? Somebody else carries your bags. It's great. You hit white balls for batting practice. Ballparks are like cathedrals. The hotels all have room service, and the women all have long legs and brains.
Baseball tonight, every night at 10 and midnight on ESPN.
Over 1,500 athletes are on the road at the inaugural Isuzu Ironman Florida triathlon here in Panama City as temperatures continue to soar. The man leading the way is Germany's Andreas Niedrig, who continues to lead just 2 weeks after competing in Kona at the Ironman World Championship. Now more than 2 minutes off the lead, Wolfgang Dietrich holds on to second place. This could be the final race in his long career. The chances of a win are fleeting. In contrast, Lothar Lieder is in the prime of his career and applying the pressures here today. He's got Dietrich in his sights. Kristen Johnson, the Ironman tutorial continues. She's leading here, but in Ironman racing, she's a relative newcomer, and the learning curve is steep, and she knows it.
There's a lot of room for improvement for me, especially on the bike and the run. I know I'm not anywhere near my potential yet, so I would just love, my dream goal would be a top 10 finish in Hawaii and certainly top 3 in Ironman USA next year.
Well, Sherry Fraser probably doesn't have the same aspirations with 2 children at home. This Iron Mom has family on her mind. But in the meantime, she's easing closer to the lead. Katja Meyer's experience is showing, fueling up for the rest of the ride and the marathon to follow. She too is moving closer to the lead. Slowly and methodically, Lothar leader has closed in on Wolfgang Dietrich. It was only a question of when for Wolfgang, but he had hoped it would happen on the run, not on the bike. Quick acknowledgement from both, and leader is a step closer to erasing the memory of what might have been as his dreams of victory in the Ironman World Championship evaporated in the Hawaiian sun just 2 weeks ago. The day unfolded perfectly for leader as he swam with race favourites Peter Reed and Luc van Lierde of Belgium. Leader's Ironman record had been stellar, third place in 97 and 98, and the best marathon splits in the field. 90 miles into the ride, and leader took the lead from Tim de Boom. Leader was having the ride of his life, his impressive figure cutting through the Hawaiian air with confidence never seen in Kona by him before. Leader's dreams came crashing down in an instant when he was called by race marshals for his second drafting penalty on the bike. The result, an automatic disqualification. A frustrated leader watched de Boom and others pass him by. With 2 red strikes on his race number, leader was left to wonder what might have been in the Ironman penalty box.
I think both wasn't fair to me, and I want to see both TV. I haven't seen only from German TV one thing. I want to see the other thing on NBC. I'm pretty excited about that, and I'm still not happy about that whole thing, but I'm a pro, I have to deal with it, and I have to forget it as soon as possible. So I decided to come to race here.
And another casualty was the loss of a qualifying spot for the 2000 World Championship. Leader can earn the coveted invite with a win here today. '82-year-old Jim Ward is in a battle at least as tough. His battle is to finish this race and beat his good friend and rival to the finish line.
Norton Davies only 10.5 months younger than I am. He's 81, and he's here. He's hoping to get the qualifier, and I'm hoping to get the qualifier to go to Hawaii. So we're in competition again. And we've competed against one another many times in Hawaii and elsewhere. And sometimes Norton wins and sometimes I have. But the Ironman, he's won twice, I won twice.
In this amazing battle of the veterans, Norton Davey has the early edge, but he's no doubt keeping one eye in the rear-view mirror, looking for Ward. No looking back for Sandra Bowden. So far, the race is going as planned, as she races near the top of her age group here. Another day, another Ironman, and another Bowden making it look so easy. We'll be back.
Hi, Tom Bodette. When did you see the light?
Oh, going over to Phoenix. We wanted to rest up for the game, and suddenly it was so clear. Motel 6. I think it's great.
Well, you gotta call them like you see them. Call us and see the light for yourself.
So, they've got this new golden dollar coin. I know what you're thinking. Why isn't George on it? Well, appearing on money isn't my only gig.
Less than 5 miles by land.
I'm president of my book club. 1, 2, 3, and I teach. And change. Anyway, the coin's totally cool without me.
Houston, we have a dollar.
Introducing the new golden dollar. It's changing the face of money.
Hey, change happens.
Gil Morgan with 1 win this year. Larry Nelson with 3 straight runner-ups. They're both chasing last year's Player of the Year. Bruce Fleischer, he's won twice this year. When we join you for final round coverage of the Las Vegas Senior Classic, 5:30 Eastern Time today.
Pilligat back at the Isuzu Ironman Florida Triathlon here in Panama City, Florida, where word of the Ironman's arrival has people coming to town from everywhere. And one man who came here on a mission was Andreas Niedrig. He continues to lead here 90 miles into the bike ride. If the fatigue of the World Championship is going to show, now's the time. Like a shark that smells blood in the water, Lothar Leader continues to close in on Niedrig and the lead. He's a far superior runner, so his position is looking secure. No such luck for women's leader Kristen Johnson. Thumbs up maybe, but time checks show her lead is almost gone. Now, just 30 or so seconds back, is 40-year-old Shari Fraser. She's made up almost 8 minutes on Johnson and can see the lead just up ahead. It's the same story for Katja Meyer. She sliced away half of Kristen Johnson's lead on the way to third place. After nearly 4 hours on the bike, Shari Fraser can finally see Kristen Johnston up ahead. And she's ready now to reintroduce herself for the first time since 7 o'clock this morning. It's now Fraser, Johnston and Meyer. 1, 2 and 3. No such drama in the men's race, as Andreas Niedrig is out of the saddle defending his lead. It's a position he's well used to. Just last year at the 1999 Ironman New Zealand, and Niedrig took a lead off the bike in the driving rain at Lake Taupo. Niedrig in search of his first Ironman win. But Niedrig's lead was short-lived as American Tim DeBoom ran him down in the marathon, leaving the German to limp home in third. It's a different day, but Niedrig has to be wondering what he has left for the marathon. In the past 2 weeks, he's run an Ironman in Hawaii, flown home to Germany, and then back to Florida. Just the sound of it makes you tired. Lothar Leader is closing in and is now just 2.5 minutes back as they pass the 100-mile mark. Unlike Niedrig, he didn't run the marathon in Hawaii 2 weeks ago and figures to be fresher. Like many of the age groupers here today, Sandra Bowden has been focused on this race for months. Recently retired, it's time for the 54-year-old Bowden to relax and focus on the Ironman.
I've been able to do my training at my leisure, and it's been so nice because I think I've been more rested and the quality of my workouts have been better, and I feel really strong and I'm really excited about this race.
And that excitement has translated into performance here. Laurie, are you taking notes? In the battle over 80, it's still Norton Davey with the edge. Most people would just be glad to be around, but not Norton and his rival Jim Ward. They're pushing themselves to the limits of age and the human spirit. But things are not going so well for Jim. He struggled on the bike, and making the bike cut-off of 5 p.m. is looking doubtful. But after a stroke and 2 surgeries this year, does it really matter? Are you going to tell him he's not an Ironman?
Introducing the Isuzu 10-year, 120,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. You want to drive your SUV around town all day? You're covered. You want to take it to the most treacherous backcountry you can find? Be our guest. You want to drive it off a cliff? Well, That's where the limited and limited warranty comes in. America's longest warranty. It covers most everything you do. Except, of course, the clip thing.
Norman!
Yes, Mother.
What is this?
It's pizza, Mother.
Half cheese and half pepperoni?
Half for you and half for me. Just the way we like it.
So, someone delivered this pizza. You know what happens when we have visitors.
It's not delivery, Mother.
Don't lie to me, boy!
No, Mother. It's DiGiorno.
Our new half-and-half pizza keeps everyone in the family happy. It's not delivery. It's DiGiorno.
Such a good boy.
Yes, Mother.
Man, I'm hungry.
What, $1 for a sliver of raw fish?
It's sushi.
Sushi? Where I'm from, we call that stuff bait.
What else can you get for just $1?
Well, I can get a 20-minute phone call for only 99 cents.
Quit kidding around.
No, it's true. Dial 10-10-220. It's just 99 cents for all calls up to 20 minutes.
And just 7 cents a minute after that.
And get this, there's no monthly fee.
10-10-220 really is a great deal.
We know. Hey, you forgot to cook this.
Dial 10-10-220.
Ironman Live. Live. Powered by Sport Vision.
Germany's Andreas Niedrig has led this race for over 4 hours as he approaches Panama City and the bike-to-run transition. It's just after 12:30 p.m. and temperatures have risen to almost 80 degrees for the start of this marathon. Now, just over 2 minutes back, Lothar Leader is on the outskirts of town, and his greatest weapon is about to be unleashed. Sub-250 marathons are rare in the sport, but for a few, like Leader, they're always possible. Four hours at 39 minutes on the bike for Niedrig. It's into the changing tent for Niedrig now to swap bike shoes for racing flats. In the women's race, the lead vehicle travels just in front of women's leader Shari Fraser. While having dispatched of Kristen Johnston, Katja Meyer now focuses on the leader up front. Back in transition, Lothar Leader's reputation for quick changes is being put to the test. Just 2 minutes ahead, Andreas Niedrig grabs for all the Gatorade and water he can. 26 miles to go. In traditional brash fashion, Lothar Leader cruises onto the run course. Perhaps no other triathlete finds his running style quicker.
Check them out, get your hands together!
Just behind Leader into transition is 30-year-old Troy Jacobson of Lutherville, Maryland. He's posted the fastest bike split so far today and quietly moved into third, just a minute or so behind Leader. Andreas Niedrig's uneasy running style does not impart confidence, but he's no iron rookie and won't go down without a fight. There is perhaps no more fluid a runner in triathlon than Lothar Leader. You almost forget he's been racing for over 5.5 hours. Quick change accomplished, and Troy Jacobson is away in third place, more famous as a triathlon coach than a competitor. Jacobson has been heeding his own lessons, and today they're paying off. And while the top men are on the run, the rest of the huge field is still plugging away on the bike. That includes the irrepressible Norton Davey. He's left his friend and rival Jim Ward by the wayside. Ward has pulled out of the race, leaving Davey to push ahead alone.
You get, you keep, we pay. You get AT&T at home. Our lightning-fast cable internet service that's always on and lets you enjoy multimedia content. You keep your America online. We pay for installation and your AOL for 3 months. How do you get this unbelievable offer? You call.
Has golf changed a lot over the years? Not really. Just keep it simple. Don't swing too fast, use the right equipment, and never overpay for that equipment. That's why I like Pro Golf Discount. They sell you equipment that's right for you and your budget. They'll fit your clubs to your swing, and they'll help you with your game. Pro Golf, great advice, great equipment, the best prices in golf. Simple.
Lately, it's been questioned whether 3-play from ESPN.com is a form of gambling and therefore detrimental to America's youths. With me today is Atlantic City pit boss, Freddie B. Is 3-play a form of gambling? Kids, pay attention.
No.
There you have it. 3-play from ESPN.com. It's free, it's sports. Give me the briefcase. It's money.
It's a significant amount of money.
Presented by 1-800, call ATT.
We're back in Panama City, where women's race leader Sherry Fraser is in the transition. Well, no style points for the dismount, but her ride has been something special. Katja Myers closed to within 2.5 minutes. Kristen Johnston's hopes of victory have been dashed, but a top 3 finish will be a step in the right direction for her. Up ahead, race leader Sherry Fraser can't help but smile as she heads out on the marathon course. The lead is hers. Just 2.5 minutes back, Katja Meyer hurries through the Florida sun. One of these women is on the verge of their first Ironman win. Will it be the mother of 2 Fraser, striking a blow for the over 40 crowd?
That's number 24. That's Katja Meyer from Germany. 21 Ironman this evening.
And yes, this is her 22nd Ironman, and it's the best chance for a win she's ever had. Holding on for 3rd place, Kristen Johnston has fallen over 5 minutes off the pace. Her bike split was a full 12 minutes slower than Fraser. The Ironman learning curve grows steeper. While Johnston has faltered, a new player steps into the void. 32-year-old Susan Fox has moved into 4th and approaches Panama City and the bike-to-run transition. Back up front, Sherry Fraser is in uncharted waters now. She's never led an Ironman on the run. And it's the same story for Meyer. Is this finally her day? This will be a breakthrough win for 31-year-old Andreas Niedrig as well. But the man who is squarely in his way is Lothar Leader. Now less than 2 minutes off the lead, the former world record holder is closing in.
Mud-free mud flaps. Bug free grills. Some people treat SUVs like they're cars. At Isuzu, we don't build SUVs that get mistaken for cars. That's why we're not afraid to back them with America's longest warranty. Because we know it's more fun getting dirty than getting clean.
Connect with yourself. Achieve. New Balance.
Hi, Tom Bodette. When did you see the light?
I was commissioned to do a project out of state when I had this stroke of inspiration. Motel 6. Save some money and enjoy the serenity I need to do my best work. In the van, Rembrandt.
Call us and see the light for yourself.
Oh, you're locked out? There you go. Are you Matt Madonna?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Nice to meet you.
So you're locked out of your car. Is that the Stanley Cup?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Nice going.
Back to the beauty of Panama City, and if you'd like to follow all the Ironman races online, log on to ironmanlive.com for exclusive live coverage of Ironman events from around the world. Two men have dominated this Ironman for over 6 hours now, and their paths are now about to cross. With his prey clearly in sight, Lothar leader is poised to make his move. For Niedrig, his efforts to separate himself from the field have failed. Perhaps the friendly conversation between the two Germans softens the blow of what is happening. Lothar leader is stamping his will on the event. In the women's race, Shari Fraser is holding on to the lead. She built this on the bike. The stride, though, is shortening as the day grows longer. It's not so for Katja Meyer, who has closed to within a minute and a half now of Fraser and the lead. And for Susan Fox too, the day just keeps getting better. She's passed Christian Johnson for third place now. But for Shari Fraser, the chances of her first Ironman win are fading. And for the first time since they entered the water, Katja Meyer has found the lead of the race. A quick tap on the back says job well done, and Meyer moves on. For Lothar Leader, this race isn't about winning anymore. The victory is already his. Now it's about how fast do I want to go, how hard do I want to push. If there is a surprise story here today, it belongs to Troy Jacobsen. He's passed Andreas Niedrig and has moved into second place, easily the best race of his Ironman career. And for poor Andreas Niedrig, the toll of the Ironman just 2 weeks ago is overwhelming. He's slowed to a jog, and reaching the finishing line will itself be a challenge now. Out of the shadows of the Florida sun, Sandra Bowden pushes towards the end of her 112-mile ride. Just a little marathon to go for her Ironman dream to be realized. The Isuzu Ironman Florida Triathlon is brought to you by IronmanLive.com, your only source for live coverage of Ironman events, and by Isuzu. We don't make cars because life is too big for cars.
Ironman Live. Live. Powered by Sport Vision.
They're not coming out. We're going in to get them. You're always hot. You're always sweating. It's a cat and mouse game.
We have some of the hottest detectives on the street to switch antiperspirant.
Degree Ultra Dry. Body heat activated.
Does this work? When your body heat rises, Degree's powerful Ultra Dry form releases extra protection when you need it most.
When the pressure is on, the heat is on, Degree kept up with me. It kept me dry. Degree kicks butt.
Degree Ultra Dry.
That stuff kicks in and takes care of business.
Your body heat turns it on.
Book 'em.
Introducing the Isuzu 10-year, 120,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. You want to drive your SUV around town all day? You're covered. You want to take it to the most treacherous backcountry you can find? Be our guest. You want to drive it off a cliff? Well, that's where the limited and limited warranty comes in. America's longest warranty. It covers most everything you do. Except, of course, the cliff thing.
Baseball's ultimate road trip stops in Oakland, where Albert Bell and the O's look to match muscle with Jason Giambi and the Athletics. The ultimate road trip rolls on. Orioles, A's, tonight at 8 on ESPN.
Which Sports Center do you watch? Now.
After another sun-soaked day in Panama City, we are reaching the conclusion of the Isuzu Ironman Florida Triathlon. And near the finish line, it's Germany's Lothar Leader who is hearing the cheers from the crowds back in town. Now, about 2 miles from the finish, Baltimore's Troy Jacobsen is holding on to second place. For the triathlete coach, this is a great performance. And into the final straightaway for Lothar Leader and the third Ironman win of his career. For him, it's a 2:49 marathon, capping off a solid performance from top to bottom. He came here to win, and he's done it. The marathon has not been so kind to Andreas Niedrig. He struggled mightily on the run and slipped out of the top 5. Back at the finishing line, we caught up with our champion.
Fast swim, I couldn't keep up with the swimmers, and then I was on my own the whole bike ride. That's pretty hard because you have no one to pace, and you have to find the motivation on your own, and you get kind of bored and you lose focus because there's no one around you. And I was trying to catch the lead, but it was impossible. It was too hard. So, but after the bike ride, I knew I was going to win. So I had a okay run, and I'm happy with my race.
And he should be, as we see the final standings of the Isuzu Ironman Florida. Lothar Leader is the only man to go under 8.5 hours. Troy Jacobson's gutsy performance earned him second place, and Andreas Niedrig held on for only 8th. And now approaching the town, Katja Meyer is about to make it a German sweep.
Good job, Austin. Good job. Great job. Good job.
In the chaos that is an aid station on the course, Shari Fraser fuels up for the push to the finish. She won't win here today, but at 40, it's been a heck of a race for her. Just one final turn to the finish line for 31-year-old Katja Meyer, and the celebration begins. In her 22nd career Ironman race, this is the one she'll remember most. It's the day she won. As the sun sets here in Panama City, it's Katja Meyer with the win. Canada's Shari Fraser holds on for second. Susan Fox is third, and early leader Christian Johnston dropped out on the run. Now let's go back to the finish and the women's champion.
The swim was okay, it wasn't brilliant, but it was good that I didn't get seasick, which I normally do in salt water. The bike was fast, I think, and I think I had a good run. Besides, the last 3 kilometers or 4 were really bad. I was sick, but I knew I had at least 12 minutes to the second woman, so that gave me confidence.
So as the sun goes down over Panama City on this Ironman, hundreds of athletes are still out there chasing their Ironman dreams. They come to the finish in all shapes and sizes, but with the common bond of an accomplishment. And that's a feeling Sandra Bowden is chasing in the dark on this road now. It's also what 81-year-old Norton Davey is searching for. He's halfway through the marathon, but the clock is ticking. For Sandra, the pain is almost over. She's almost home.
I mean, this is put on to get your attention. Yeah.
But not all Ironman dreams end exactly as we'd hope. Norton Davey has gone 18 miles on in the run, but can go no further. His day is over, but rest assured, he'll be back. And so too will we, with 4 more Ironman races this year on ESPN. But for now, this is Phil Liggett saying so long from the Isuzu Ironman Florida Triathlon. We leave you today with the Bowden family, Mother Sandra and daughter Laurie, who know plenty about the Ironman and what it means to reach the finish.
Standing at the finish line towards the end of the night when you're waiting for all the last finishers, you're so proud of every single person. You know what they've gone through and how hard it is, what a struggle it is, and all the sacrifices they've given, and you're just really proud of everybody. So it's like sort of like a big loving family.
This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com, part of the Go Network, go.com.
Stop them.